Welcome back to the BaseCamp Barn Project. This week is all about plumbing. And I've got a couple really cool things to talk about. There's a lot to do leading up to our first plumbing inspection, so let's get back to work. Today we're going to start the water supply line projects. So all the water supply lines that are going to go everywhere have to go everywhere. But the other thing that I did yesterday, Memorial Day yesterday, Monday, is I installed all of our vent pipes. So the vent system here is now installed. That was a big chore. You have an idea, you know, how it's going to work, and then once you start putting the pieces in, your idea might have to change. This idea here was, well, I wanted it to go that way, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get it to go that way, because you still have to have a little bit of a slope to it all. And we do. We got a little bit of slope up there, so it all kind of worked out. I was pretty happy with that. I didn't want to put any holes in this roof, so we put holes in our soffits, and we'll get that all tidied up once we start the siding. But there's no holes in the roof. We vented everything out to the soffits. So water supply is today. We're going to get the water supply stuff started. I'm kind of wanting to get all the holes put in before I start putting too much in here, but where's my stick? I used a piece of wood with holes in it that I used as a guide for all the horizontal holes in these walls. So I just wanted to start at an easy place, and there doesn't seem to be too many easy places. I wanted to do this little run here, as I'm going to put the ice box right here, and just do something just to get started. And it's taken me almost 2 days to get this ice box, the ice, or the refrigerator ice outlet, water outlet. Here we are with some supply issues today. No one has a refrigerator ice box outlet, you know, that you put in the wall, you know, that you have behind the refrigerator for a Pex-B fitting. So I got one of these here that I can take apart and sweat on a fitting. So this is what I just finished, if it's cool enough. But obviously you scratch it all up, you know, get it all shiny copper. You put some flux paste on there, and then you get it warm or get it hot and flow in some solder, and you make yourself a Pex-B fitting for your outlet. And naturally, god darn it, did it right on top of a goo seam. That's what that is, it's black. So I'll have to carefully scrape or sand that off. Yeah, it's always something, isn't it? It's always something. Okay. After a day and a half, we finally got our first PEX crimps done. So this is a pretty cool go, no-go gauge. And so you slide it on. And if it gets past the first part but doesn't go all the way in, that means it's good. There's a little dent right there. See the little ridge? I guess you can't, but you can feel it. And so it has to go on, but it can't go all the way down. Here's the 1/2 inch one. Goes on, but it doesn't go all the way down. And so there's an adjustment on the crimp tool to make it bigger or smaller when it crimps I don't see it on this one obvious, but I think it's this knob right here. You can change how much it tightens or how hard it crimps. But that's an inspection point, so you need to check every one of them. And this is something kind of cool I saw in the store, is these turning pieces. You know, you spend $3 or $4 on one of these. I guess it's $3 for a pair versus $2 or $3 for a 90 and a crimp and whatever. So this just comes out, has a nice steel stable backing, so we sheetrock around all this, and these will stick out. I'll have to put plugs in the end so when we pressurize it. But nonetheless, this is kind of a cool idea, so I'm happy to be trying it out. So here's kind of a neat trick. This corner joint junction here is fully boxed in. I got walls on each side, so you can't get inside there to do any fittings or anything. So I've used a piece of electrical conduit that has a radiused bend here, and I've shoved some 1/2-inch PEX through it to make that corner nice and gentle on the PEX. And here it comes out, so that's a pretty cool trick. This run here is going to the washing machine and the water closet, you know, the toilet over there. So both of those devices don't really need to have any super high flow. 1/2-inch is going to be fine to get over there. So that's going to be the plan. I was hoping to run 3/4 at least to the washing machine, but looks like it's going to be 1/2. So I hope I have enough PEX. So one of the cool things I've discovered are these hold-tight little things. I don't know. You drill a hole that says 1 3/8 hole, and then you put these guys over your pipe, and you just press them in. And I'll probably put a little screw in every one of them just so that they stay. But it holds everything nice and snug, keeps it from making that noise whenever water goes through it, and prevent that from happening. Each one of these holds about 15 pieces, it says, and I don't know, they're about $7 a box, so that's 50 cents-ish a piece, maybe. So I don't know if it's worth it. I think it's worth it. We'll see if it's worth it. If I get any rattles or not, I'll let you know. Started drilling out my holes for getting across the door. It makes quite a mess, so I kind of want to get all of the holes drilled to get over to this side that I can, and then get over to this side, because we've got to get water. I'll come down. I might come down. I don't know where I'm going to come down. I might have to come down in here and then come across down here and come across, because we'll need a cold water for the toilet, and then we'll come across and get our shower situated over here. So that's part of the challenge with doing this, is figuring out where you're going to go and how you're going to get there. But anyway, I'm carrying on here. Oh, can I make it? Nope. Oh, screwed up. Already screwed up. Gotta go through this hole, then this hole, then that hole, and that hole, and that hole. I can't make that hole. Look at that. That was going to be the hardest part right there, and that was the easiest. Yay! Oh yay! Uh-oh. Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! Yeah, when we get these late afternoon thunderstorms, sometimes they really work out the beautiful sunsets. We're inside here plumbing today, I'm about 90% done, I believe. I've got all the runs run. I've got all the plugs plugged. I've got the shower, or no, this is the laundry room, stubbed off or plugged off. I'm in the process of ordering up our shower guts so I can get them installed. And that's kind of the last thing here, is to get the shower done. So the shower handle is going to go here. So that cartridge and that thing I'm going to have to probably build a support for. So these aren't stubbed out yet. I'm hoping to go straight into that cartridge. And then the shower's got to come out and around here, and then I got to do the same kind of gray thing in this corner to get the shower head, because the shower head's going to be way over here. And that's the last piece I got to run, I believe. So one of the things I got to prep for is pressurizing the system for inspection. And so I want to use the same pressure pieces that I've got here for when we pressurize the inlet. So that's kind of where I'm at, is I got to come up with my routing and tie this together just temporarily with fittings to be able to pressurize it. Doggy's got a frisbee. You got a frisbee, doggy? Got a frisbee. That one doesn't get chewed up, does it? No, it doesn't get chewed up. Alrighty, plumbing is essentially done. I'm airing it up for the first time. See if we have any leaks anywhere. Our little DeWalt pump is doing a pretty good job. Just finished. I went to 15 just to see how it would hold. So we'll see how that holds. I think I need to go to 25 or 30 eventually. But just a little bit, see how it works. I don't know how many trips to the store I made. I lost count. I'm probably in the teens somewhere, because every time I thought of something I had to change my mind or change something because I couldn't do it. Not a big deal, I guess. I'm not a plumber. I don't have a truck full of stuff. Right here is where I want to hang the 2 in-house water filters I got. So I'm going to hang them here after sheetrock's up. I might want to put a piece of wood in there though to attach to. That might be a good idea. Got the shower in. Got the spigot for the shower. These were kind of a challenge to get, was these fixtures. We had to decide on a brand and a type of fixture we wanted, so we had to do some shopping. I'm just going to tidy up here while I keep an eye on the air. We've got a little bit of flooring, some cabinets ideas stacking up here, so we're getting kind of closer on figuring that out. I'm going to sweep up this mess, blow it out of here a little bit, and then start putting tape down where the cabinets go. Some fun stuff. So we'll carry on with that here in a minute or 2 or 10. We've got tape on the floor, kind of moving things around based on the cabinet sizes and things. And one of the maybe deciding factors on a few is the sink and its size and where the drain is placed. Kind of, not really, but kind of. So we're going to have the sink here. And it looks like we're going to offset the cabinet just a little bit to the left. So possibly we can open this door and have a trash can pull out type of device that's far enough away from, the drain and stuff to, allow that movement. That might work out really good. Dishwasher is going to go here, so that's open. The range is going to go here, so that's open. And so we're kind of playing with this corner pieces. There's a Lazy Susan that we can put in. There's a kind of a hidden shelf cabinet that we can put in. So there's a couple things that we're dealing with there. We're trying to figure out. If we do the larger one of those, then everything shifts down to where these marks are, to this mark. And that makes this a 36-inch cabinet, which that's the biggest one to make. And we only have maybe an inch worth of room over here by the refrigerator. We're not planning on too many upper cabinets. We'll probably put one above the refrigerator and then have a couple shelves. Maybe have one shelf across to everything all the way up. And then it depends on how this range hood works and what it looks like if we put any cabinets on this wall at all. It might just be shelves on this wall too. We're moving towards the direction of the coffee bar over here having the microwave in it. So we've put a microwave outlet here, so we can put a microwave shelf probably over here, which kind of gets it out of the way of this kitchen as it gets pretty busy. And that's part of kind of what we're looking at here with the dishwasher. If you open the dishwasher, does it impact where you're cooking? Can you still get into this shelf or this drawer or these doors? So that's kind of this is an important corner. And I think we got it figured out, but I still got to do just a little bit more homework. I've moved my office from the RV into here. So I have a little bit more space to spread out and make notes and do stuff. So that's kind of hopefully going to work out. It won't be there for long. Once we start making a mess, I'll have to move. So here's our primed and ready to paint front door. I just want to say, look how big it is. This is a big front door. It's going to be awesome. Going to be heavy. I'm going to have some help putting this guy in. I've had a leaky valve here. It looks like we're under 20 again, so I'm leaking right here where the air inlet, the little air valve is. And I replaced all of the tape on all of these fittings just to ensure that we're good here, but I'm leaking right here where the air inlet is. So I don't know. I'll have to work on that again tomorrow, I guess. I can't have a leak there, because if I don't hold pressure, I won't pass inspection. So lots going on. Electrician might be here tomorrow. Might get some roofing done tomorrow. We might get a few other things done tomorrow. I'm trying to call in for a plumbing inspection this week. Kind of want to do that just to get something done there so I can move on. I think that's about it. Closing up and calling it a day. I've been chasing my tail here for the last few days. Both systems, the sewer drain and the water system plumbing, had little leaks. I was losing a PSI every couple hours or so. And so I diagnosed it being back down to this fitting on the water system. So the fancy liquidy pasty stuff didn't work. So I had to put some of this blue stuff on with some paste stuff to get this fitting to work. And in the process, I made this fitting not happy. So I did the same to that fitting, and so now we're all happy. I wanted liquid stuff in the behind the wall stuff because it's gonna last forever back there, right? In the process of doing all that, we're a day and a half now at 22 plus PSI. It didn't move. It seems to change a little bit with temperature. Like this morning, it was very cold this morning. Very cold meaning I'm still wearing shorts, but I had to put a sweatshirt on. Because of all these pipes, the red and the blue ones are above ground, they swell, or the temperature affects them a little bit. So I've been moving about a PSI on the gauge. And so that's all good. That means it's not leaking. But for the last 3 days, maybe longer, I've been chasing the sewer system, venting system pipes. I used a full bottle of soap trying to find leaks. As it turns out, crawling up the ladder right here. And so this was leaking down here at the bottom. You know, you never see it. I had to put a flashlight on it. I was on the other side and never saw it. I came to this side. I finally saw it this afternoon. This is probably after 3 days of pressure, maybe 4 days of pressure, because this was built sooner than before the water system was. I thought for sure it was one of these tricky joints that I had coming up through this wall. But nope, those didn't leak. Those didn't leak. I checked everything. I went and got more soap today, this afternoon, because I ran out of soap. I said, by gosh, I'm going to find it. And this was the very last fitting that I checked. And son of a gun, on the very bottom side, on the hardest corner to see, it was bubbling right there. So I go, oh. So I basically tried to fix it by putting a couple of layers of goop, of glue, right here on this edge. Because it wasn't a bad leak. It was just enough to piss you off. And I'm hoping, normally this isn't going to be pressurized. So if we get an inspection tomorrow, psh, it's all pressure is gone. And so it can just be whatever it needs to be for the rest of its eternity. So I'm hoping that's it, what it is. I mean, I've been chasing my butt for days here, it seems like. And I don't know. It is what it is. The plumbing inspector came by and said I needed to have at least 50 psi in my water system pressure, so I'll have to up that. And the 3-inch plates that I put everywhere need to be 4 inches. And the plates that I put on the bottom, close to where all the pipes come through the concrete, need to be 7 inches wide and 2 or 3 inches tall. So they need to be taller and wider plates to protect them. The same with anywhere it goes through upstairs here, where it might be too close to the side. I need 1 1/4 inch clearance. So like on this side of this pipe up here, we'll need to put a bigger plate. So we failed, but that's an easy fail. I can pump pressure into this system within a matter of a few minutes. Oh, the other thing I failed on was I got to put foam insulation around all these pipes on this wall. So that's all of them, because all of the pipes are on this wall. That's the wall differentiating the living space from the garage. So let's say you accidentally leave a garage door open and it freezes in here. They don't want the pipes to freeze. So that's what we'll have to do, is buy a couple boxes of this here foam insulation and cut them all and put them all on and make the inspector happy. Anyway, he's coming back next week after I replace all this stuff. And I will probably be putting in our exterior water spigots this weekend and making that part of the inspection. So here's an exterior water spigot. It's this one's an 8-inch water spigot, so it'll go in from the wall, which is 11 inches wide, and drain, because it's got a little pop-off valve here, and the actual drain is in the end of this system, so it won't freeze. Because we got a total of 5 exterior spigots that we're going to put in around this building. 1 interior spigot for over here by the motorhome. That all has to be part of the plumbing that gets drained in the winter. It was only 2 trips to the hardware store today. Tomorrow, I already know I'm going first thing in the morning, so we'll have to see how that goes. Got to do some calculations and some counting, figuring out what all I got to get, but we'll get there tomorrow, so we'll see you then.